Hey guys, so we've been in Coolum Beach Caravan Park here for a couple of weeks now, just shaking out the van before we head off on our trip to down south. And some of the issues we've come across, it's a new build, is common. So everyone has under seat storage in their caravan, or most vans do. And what they've done here is put in these little hinges each end of the door that opens up here. And what we've found, just using it a couple of times over the last 2 weeks, the screws are pulling out of the hatch. So something that's really annoying, and you're having to fix every couple of days or every few times that you use it. So what come up with is a really cheap fix from Bunnings, just getting some piano hinge. These ones are a little bit longer. I had to cut them down and clean them up with a file. But what we do is we just take the original ones out and then put these in place. And I've just been screwing every second hole, putting a screw in every second hole, and it's more than secure. It's a lot more solid. You're not going to have the screws pulling out because it's hinged all the way along, so you're not got the same stresses on it. So yeah, here's a couple I've done already. So I'll fix these two up, and they're a lot more solid now. You can open it up and there's no resistance, there's no play left to right, and it works really well. So I'm just going to run you through changing out these smaller hinges for the piano hinge. For those that haven't really done this, you don't really need a cordless drill driver, but you can use a hand screwdriver, whatever you got available to you. But what we'll do is we'll just take these out. You want to make sure you've got the right length screws. There's different thicknesses here, so this ply at the back here is a little bit thicker than the actual door. So you can see that the screws are a little bit different in length. So we'll use the shorter ones on here so it doesn't go right through. Okay, so that's the old hinges off. Pretty quick and simple, as you can see. And then we'll just line this one up. So you want to line it up, centralise it, and you want to have the hinge, the spine of the hinge, over the gap, centre of the gap. So line it up there, get a screw. That's pretty good. Just run it in nice and easy, you don't want to strip that hole out. Do the door, make sure it's all lined up, square. Run one in each end. There we go, and we'll give it a couple of open and closes, make sure it works fine and nothing catches. And that looks pretty good. And then what we'll do now is just run the screws in every second hole. To sum up what the issue was here and what we've done to repair it. So we've got these little existing hinges that were installed, and if I move them around you can see there's a lot of flex and a lot of play in these hinges, which is why when you open and close the trap doors under the seats here, you eventually work the screws loose, and we've only used them a couple of times and they've already popped out, so it gives you some idea of the longevity of these things. Not very long at all. So for the sake of $4 or $5 for a piano hinge, there's actually no play in these. They're tight, they hold the length of the door all the way along, so there's no flex left to right or up and down, and they'll last a hell of a lot longer. With the screws, so I've got I usually get some good quality ones. A lot of the time I'll get stainless because they just last a lot longer, and the Phillips head don't strip out in them as easy as some of the other cheap gal screws that you buy from hardware stores. With the length, you want to look at the thickness of your material under the seat there, and you want to be less than the thickness of the material with your screw, so you don't screw through into something. That's a must. So if you've got 8mm ply, get less than 8mm screws. Sometimes the shorter ones are hard to find, but a lot of the little hardware stores have got them. And if you've got any comments, questions, tips, advice, just shoot them our way. Thanks.